Hey, it's Sam back here. Welcome to this video. Thanks for watching. I'm excited today because I'm joined with one of our key members, Sabine Schmelzer. She's been in the group for a long time. She's been with us for a long time here. And a couple of
Mhm.
months ago, she was the top contributor on a contest we ran when we were testing out the leaderboard that we'd rolled out inside of Communi. And there's a lot that she's doing. She's got a really good strategy that's been working with her, working for her really well, where she has people going into her groups on a regular basis. And I've also seen from her affiliate sales that it's really been working well, whatever she's been doing, in recommending Community to others. So I really wanted to find out what it is Sabina does and hopefully give you an opportunity to learn from her and get some ideas about what you could be doing in your own business as well. So, Sabine, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to be here. And I just wanted to say I started last year in August, so with Communi, so it's nearly 1 year now that I'm on Communi.
That's awesome. I didn't realize it'd been a year. That's cool. Was that I saw a post yesterday from within August, the things that we were doing back then, and yeah, I remember that. That's really cool. So yeah, do you want to say a bit about yourself and how you found out about Community then for starters, and then maybe we can go into what you've been doing.
So I learned about Communi at the end of July from someone else in a webinar who showed Communi what you can do with it and that there is this opportunity of the lifetime deal. And I knew immediately that's the tool I want to use. So I bought Communi at that time and started to learn about it. At the same time, I was on Skool in some communities and also learned from Skool what you can do in communities and what you shouldn't do. So I think in November, I made my first video about Communi on YouTube because that's my expertise. I'm a specialist for video marketing for solopreneurs on YouTube. And so I wanted to share my knowledge about Communi that people know about it because it was not that known at the time. And I also shared my affiliate link for the lifetime deal. And this brought in some commission and many members for my group, the Community Pioneers, that I started so that people can see Communi from inside. The user interface, the features, the functions, everything. And this community has now grown to 420 members in the meantime, which is
That's awesome.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. And so, why did you start with? And I know we talked about this earlier, but with YouTube, why did you start as that as the vehicle to begin getting people into your groups? Where did that come from?
It's my expertise. I have a YouTube channel for my business where clients find me and book a one-to-one coaching with me. And it's also a good tool to distribute the knowledge about new tools if they are not known. And if you, in the meantime, I have made so many YouTube videos that if you look on Google for Communi video, and if it's in German, then people will find me because I'm now the specialist for Communi videos on YouTube. And this brings in many new members, and many people thank me for the videos that I made because they learned about Communi, that it exists, and also how they can start their first community. For example, all the setup. I made several videos what you can do with Communi, why it's better than Skool, and what it differentiates, what it's makes difference. So that's what I did on YouTube.
Cool. And how did you find people responded to Community at the beginning when you started doing that? And what did you find happened within the groups as you made videos about Community and anything that you could share that might help others that wanted to do the same thing with their groups as well?
I think you have to choose one channel where you have a big audience to start to talk about Communi. In my case, it's YouTube. For others, it might be Instagram, Facebook, or any other social media channel, but it should be something outside of Communi because to attract new people, you have to find them on other channels. And what I think what the people like is the way I explain things. I do it step by step. I have a good structure, and that's what they are thanking me for.
Cool. No, and when you when you think about others doing this as well, how would you recommend that they start if you were to, for example, for members within the group, is there anything that you would do or advise that they should do as well if they wanted to promote their either their groups or um, yeah, their groups mainly because obviously you've built up community pioneer now, and as you mentioned, it's over 400 members. And if I'm right, with what you said earlier, that started right with these videos that you were creating. So it
Yeah.
was a major component of getting people into those. So for others that are looking at YouTube, what would you recommend that they do if they're wanting to do the same thing?
They might have another topic. And for example, we have dog trainers or other experts who are more in the health area. And I think for them, they should position themselves in their expertise, but also say, I have a platform that I'm using for my courses and for my communities. That's called Communi. And if you would like to see my community from inside, just join me and put the link below the video. That's very important to share the link to your communities. And I think not everybody wants to make so much promotion about community, but they want to make promotion about their communities.
Yeah,
And this is like in every marketing, you have to solve problems. And so you have to think about what are the problems of my customers and how can I solve them?
yeah. And what have you found as people coming into your groups? Have you found that have you learned anything at the over the time from bringing them into inviting them into these community groups or yeah, what would you pass on to others who are maybe just starting their groups? We've got a lot of people obviously that have come in recently. Many are
Yeah.
from Germany, so and they're German speaking. And what would you kind of pass on to them? How could they grow their groups like you have if they're just
Um,
starting out now?
yeah, one thing that's important when you set up your group, don't think only about the course content that you already have and that you want to bring on community. Also have one part which is called onboarding, one course, and explain them how community works, where they find the events, the calendars, how they can use the courses, how they can create posts, because this is very important for many people. Communities are completely new. They don't know
Yeah,
about it. So you have to do the onboarding and explain them how to come around with the interface and where to find something, how to choose the chat. And this is also something important. Use the feature in Communi to welcome people with the messages. I get so many chats from new members who thank me or thank me to be part of the group. So the messaging system that Communi has is really important when you set up your group.
so you find that a lot of people contact you through the one-on-one chat feature, for example, and
Yeah.
it makes sense. So you use that as a as a component, right? Do you schedule automated messages into it or to welcome people in, or use
Yes,
it?
I have the three messages so that they will be contacted again.
Cool. That makes sense. Yeah. I've noticed in our groups that people are looking for reassurance a lot of the time when they first jump into a group and it's something new. And it sounds like you provide that with giving them just the introduction of the basics and then also being available on chat. It's something that, yeah, will help, yeah, helps them a lot from that beginning stage when they're just coming in.
Yeah, and the one important tip for this, don't ask complicated questions in the beginning. I'm asking, do you plan to create a community, for example? Make it easy for them to answer back. Because if you write a long text, which is complicated, people don't answer back. It must be easy for them and fast.
Makes sense. Yeah. Do you use the questions as well when people are coming in?
Oh, yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what types of questions do you typically ask when they're?
So the first question is, how did you find this community? And the answers are mainly YouTube, Google recommendations.
Mhm.
Second question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you plan to create a community? And most of them are between, let's say, 7 and 10.
Mm.
And the third question is, do you have experience with communities? And this is where they answer with a longer sentence and explain from coming from Facebook groups, coming from Skool, or from other community tools, or some even don't have any experience in communities.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good question to ask as well, because I hadn't heard that before, but asking on a scale of 10, 1 to 10, obviously if they are genuinely interested, then there's opportunities there to talk to them about what they could do in that way. Would you mind maybe for our German audience, it might be really helpful, especially if they're wanting support in Germany. Maybe say a few words about your community pioneer group, because I really like that you've been recommending it uh, to other members, and I've been saying this as well. I've been recommending it to people as well within the community group when they contact me and they're speaking German and they want support and help in
Yeah,
German. We obviously have an English group, and it's important that we have a dedicated English group, mainly because my team and I we speak English, we don't speak German. However, you've got a unique situation where you're actually able to help a lot of these people within your group because it is German. So I've been mentioning that they should join it. So maybe for the German audience, is there anything you'd say about why they might want to join you inside of your community pioneer group?
so I have different courses that they can watch. One is the introduction to Communi, where I explain everything around Communi, what you can set up. And there's also a video how to set up your community in details. And I've done this now the third time because the interface of Communi has changed, especially in the settings. So every time something is completely new, I update this with a new video. And there are smaller videos about how to find your invoice, how to leave a group, and all these small details. But what we also have is one live call per month where we talk about updates in Communi, what are the new features, or also about how to get members in your groups. So we make breakout rooms, we discuss things, we share. So we really have a community within this German group, and that's really great.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I hear good things, so it's good.
Yeah,
I don't understand many of the conversations that are going on in there, obviously, but I
yeah,
hear very good things and positive things from members. So
yeah.
it's good. It sounds like you've got a really good community there.
Yeah,
And
but I
yeah.
would also say my second group, which is the Zoom community,
Mhm.
which I started last year in November on Skool, because I was first on Skool in some other groups, and I just wanted to try it out how it works, and it grew very fast. At that time, I had 200 members there, but in January, I decided I don't want to stay on Skool. I want to move to Communi. So I prepared my transition going from Skool to Communi and explained to my members, I will change the platform. Everybody who wants to join can move over to Communi, and many of them did. It was, I would say, 40%.
Mm.
But as in many groups, not everybody is active and participating on a regular basis. So many of them didn't even realize that I moved. But those who came with me said, Communi, it's perfect, it's easy here. And what I like about Communi compared to Skool is less pressure. There are 3 leaderboards, there are the activity maps, and people are telling you have to post every day, you have to look into the community every day. And this pressure I didn't like on Skool. And in Communi, it's much easier, much more relaxed. We have the leaderboard, which is great, and one leaderboard is enough. We have the leaderboard per month so that we can start fresh every month. That's great. And so in the meantime, many of the members who didn't join immediately are coming now because they like my live calls on about Zoom, where you can learn how to use Zoom as a host. And the last live call we had was about breakout rooms, which was really great. Many people don't know how to set up breakout rooms, but many of my members now know and use it. And so this is my second community. And I want to encourage people, if they are still on Skool, you can make the transition. It's very easy. You have to announce it in advance so that people know. I even did a webinar on Skool, how the new platform will look like. And at that time, there was still the lifetime deal. And some also bought Communi at that time. So if someone has a Skool
That's funny.
group,
Yeah.
think about the transitioning it to Communi, because you save a lot of costs now, even if the lifetime deal doesn't exist anymore, but the price is much better than Skool and less pressure. That's what I like.
That's great. It's really good to know that. Yeah. To know there's the people, and that's what I've heard as well, that there's people feel more, I guess more, there's more of a community aspect because it's not so much about tallying up points or logging in. It's actually about the conversations that can be had and helping each other out within these community groups. And yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, what else would you like to add about what you've done and what you've learned through community that might be helpful for others? Is there anything else that you'd like to share that might be valuable
Yeah.
for them?
I have not now a lot of experience with building communities. My communities are growing very fast, but I see most of the members, they are putting so much effort in setting up their community and forget about the marketing. They don't have a good text on their landing page.
Mm.
Within the community pioneers, I have an online course which has to be paid, but how to set up your landing page with AI, which is very easy, because this is something most people are missing. They just set up the community from inside with lots of courses, but there is no landing page, and they don't think, how can I make marketing for that? Shall
Yeah.
I start with a webinar? Shall I make videos on any platform? This is a very crucial part. If they don't do that, they won't get the members.
Mm.
And I will now start a course at the end of August, the community formula to help people in a 3 months program how to grow their community.
Very good. And I remember you were mentioning to me in the past as well about YouTube being an important piece, and it is. I noticed that even the last when we were talking about closing the lifetime deal, there was actually a lot of activity from YouTube coming in, and it's a very good place to be. So those skills will be really useful. And you're right, we've seen it as well. We do have groups which are growing, but it seems like there is a significant amount of groups as well where they're set up, they look great, but they just need more members. That seems to be a pretty common thing. So now the course that you'll be running, it'll be in German, right? So if anyone
Yeah.
does have a German style uh, group that they're building, this will be really valuable to them to find out how to get more members to that through community, right?
Yeah, how to set up your group in the right way to target to your target audience, and also how to grow it. Yeah.
Right. That's really cool. And have you been selling within your groups as well? And how have you found the uh, that process? And
Yeah.
is there anything you've learned through monetizing your groups that might be useful to share?
I started with 1 day workshops. One was about the landing page with AI,
Yeah.
to just get a feeling how much people will sign up. And I did this workshop twice, and then I made an online course out of it, which can be bought now. So I have another strategy than many people. They want to have a regular income by monthly subscriptions, but I want to take it more relaxed. I don't want a 1 year program where I have to be online every time. I want to have some holidays in between. That's why I'm not starting a community with a monthly subscription. That's why I'm starting now a 3 months program. And it might be a half-year program in later on. I don't know yet. It will come out. But the first thing is people, before they buy from you, they have to trust you. And this you can do within your community with live calls, with content, but they first have to know you before they buy. And this is the part where many people are thinking, I can start with a paid community or with a paid course within. But people, first they have to know you, then they have to see your expertise, and then they have to trust you that you deliver the right content. And many people are too fast with the third part that they just want to sell. But you first have to build the trust. And that's why it's great that you can now have 3 communities for one price, because you can start with a free community first. Then you can start a paid program, a paid course, a paid community, and you can even go further with a higher price community. And this is really great now that you can have 3 communities for the price of one.
Oh, good. Yeah, I agree. I mean, three gives you a lot of different options when you want to create some sort of. I mean, when you're managing 3 groups and they're all working, it's great, but it is work.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it, obviously. So yeah, that makes sense. For the charging for courses, as you're talking about people building trust and that being one of those 3 components, how would someone build trust if they're just starting out? And is there anything that you've learned that would help them to do that? I noticed that you're obviously very active in the community. You're active on YouTube, and does all of that does it help to promote that trust as well? Um, yeah, what is there
It's
anything that someone can do from the beginning, or would you encourage them to join your program and then you'll go through it in depth?
Yes, we will go through this too because it's part of the selling. But what I experience, and this is also from my one-to-one coachings, many people have a lot of expertise, but they don't see it as an expertise and they don't talk about it. Many of my clients have 18, 20 years expertise in their field, but for them that's normal and they are shy to talk about it. And this is what people are missing. Either if you have a long year experience, or the other is practical experience by overcoming an issue that's relevant for others, overcoming a disease, overcoming depression, or just for example. And this practical experience makes them kind of expert. And this is what they should talk about.
Yeah, I've heard to solve problems if you've solved a problem in your own life, that's something that you can help
Yeah.
someone else to solve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense. So, is there anything and I know we're probably near the last few questions here, but I wanted to ask if is there anything that you've learned through being the admin of a community and how to communicate and connect with people within the community? Is there anything that you've learned that might be valuable for those that are starting to build a community that has helped you? Because I guess it's one thing to be a part of a community. It's another thing to actually then start being an admin of a community and having to, uh, you know, hold that role, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it makes sense. One thing is you have to be creative to think about what are the topics I can make posts about. And this shouldn't only be about the topic itself, but also sometimes about personal issues like what are you doing on the weekend, to make it easy for people to just comment on that. The second thing is use the polls. The polls are really great, especially now as we have the multi-choice options to get feedback from your members, what they are using, what tools they are using, how they are working, what topics they are interested in. Polls are really great. to get feedback. And also ask questions that might be a little bit contrary, because then you get opinions, and people want to share their opinion if they are for or against something. This is really great to have good discussions in the community. And second thing is find someone who helps you and supports you. If you're the only person, it's a lot of pressure to be online and read all the comments. But if you have someone like I have Jutta, who's supporting me, that's really great to have a second person who's helping you.
Yeah, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Helps to keep me motivated as well. You
Yeah.
see, others are in there and sharing, and that's great. Cool. Is there anything you'd like to finish on that you think would be useful, or where can people find out more about you? I'll obviously put some links down below where, but yeah, anything you'd like to finish on, and any other, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, how
Uh,
can people get in touch?
Uh, I will give you the links to my website and to my communities so that you can share that. But what I would like to share too is we have a very special opportunity here within Communi because we have the direct contact with you, Sam. And you are listening to our feature requests in the English community, and you often say, "Oh, that's a great idea." But many people are impatient. They want to have it immediately. But it takes time to develop
Yeah,
a software like Communi. And so some things might come later on, like the app, like the VAT, but it will come, and therefore I'm sure. And people should recognize that this opportunity is completely different than for other softwares, because I've never seen a community like this where the founder is listening to the feature requests. And you are doing a great job, and people should see this and not only ask immediately, I need this. And
thank you.
sometimes it's very special what we are asking here from Germany, GDPR and everything. I think we are very, how would I say that? We people in Germany like to follow all the regulations, which is different in other countries. But we need this and to make business, and I'm sure it will all come, but it takes some time. And I really have the feeling we are a community. Community is made by a community, and that's a great thing that we should share too.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, no, I agree. Uh, we've done that from the beginning. We've tried to listen to what people wanted, and part of it's come from experience of building software and then finding out that people didn't want them, but we thought that they would, and then you find out that, and it's just like, oh, well, how do we make sure we don't make that mistake again? And it's been the answer to that has been really
Hmm.
listening to the community, and we've done our best to try and do that. And you're right. There are some things that are challenging, and it's challenging sometimes because, understandably, some people are impatient with wanting certain things to come out. We don't want to make a mistake with those. Like we've made a couple of mistakes recently, which we're fixing at the moment. But it is good. It's a great community, and I think we've got great people here, like yourself and others that are in the community who have been supporting us and helping us to build this tool to something that everyone can be really proud of and want to share with others. That's what we want to do. So yeah, and I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about the future, and I'm excited about the VAT that'll be coming in for German for German users very soon. Hopefully, we actually did a meeting on it today, so it's not too far away. And that's I put that in the same category as GDPR. You obviously helped a lot with us doing the GDPR. Both you and Yuta helped with that, and we rolled it out. It was good and we'll do the same with the VAT very soon. So yeah, hopefully for all our European users who are listening to this, that's it's not too far away.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, anything else that you'd like to finish on, or
No,
otherwise
I
I'll
think
I'll
that's it.
Cool. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for coming on and sharing that, and thanks for contributing to our community here and also supporting the members. I know that I've heard really positive things about your groups and what you're doing in those groups. So I encourage anyone who's listening to this who'd like to connect with Sabine to connect with her and also join those groups that she has. In particular, if you're a German speaker, it's a really good opportunity to be around other German speakers who are using the software, growing their businesses on this platform. And Sabine will be able to point you in the right direction on how to do that. So yeah, thanks for coming on and sharing that. And I'll put some more information down below.
Great.
Cool. All right, we'll talk soon. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.